But before all that, 70 years ago tonight, ITV was preparing to come on air for its historic inaugural broadcast. At 7:15 p.m, Associated Rediffusion and ATV aired a 5-minute introductory film, followed by live variety entertainment from the city's Guildhall. An hour after the start of transmission came Britain's first TV advert for Gibbs SR toothpaste. Later, ITN, producer of ITV News, came to air for the first time too. The nation now had a second TV channel, and the BBC had a competitor at last. Commercial television had begun and broadcasting was never the same again. Our correspondent Rachel Townsend looks back at 7 decades of drama, entertainment, news and sport.
Ready the vision mixers, sound mixers, cameramen, directors. Ready all those who have made this possible. Ready our friends, you citizens of London. Wish us Godspeed. Over to Guildhall. Good luck all. Here we go. Take it, Master Control.
September the 22nd, 1955. The UK had a new television channel. As well as entertainment, drama and news, it pioneered commercial television, bringing adverts to the small screen for the first time.
Something very important, that you're doing your gums and toughening them to resist infection.
Within 5 years, ITV delivered its first soap opera. From the cobbled streets of Manchester, Coronation Street's characters entered people's living rooms and then their hearts. A public campaign was launched when Deirdre Barlow was wrongly jailed for fraud.
I didn't do any of it.
Corrie was commissioned for just 13 episodes. It is now in its 66th year. For the last 24 of those, audiences have lapped up the romance of Fizz and Tyrone.
It tackles issues that people deal with on a day-to-day basis. I mean, I wouldn't say they deal with as many as Coronation Street
did.
maybe
not as many. No, not as many.
Murders, etc. on one little street. But
little street.
Yeah, but people can relate.
It put northern voices on the telly, which we hadn't seen, and people weren't used to. They were used to posh-speaking people on the BBC.
When World in Action was brought to our screens in 1963, audiences sampled hard-hitting and risk-taking journalism. And history was made on and off the pitch in 1966 when joint ITV and BBC coverage of the World Cup final drew in 32 million viewers.
First goes forward, he might make it 3. He has! He has! And that's it!
Landmark coverage of global events continued. In 1969, ITV provided 11 hours of live coverage of the moon landing, marking Britain's first all-night television broadcast.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
But the channel always returned to what audiences loved. And in the 70s and 80s, ITV became the go-to place for Saturday night entertainment.
Thank you, and welcome to You Bet.
Welcome to another Stars in Their Eyes. Well, it's nice to see you.
And welcome to a brand new series of Blind Date.
And then attention turned to a new daytime audience, with ITV launching one of its longest-running shows.
A very warm good morning to you. Welcome to Liverpool's Albert Dock. My name is Richard Madeley, and this is my wife, Judy Finnegan.
Hello.
Soon after came an unforgettable face. For over 30 years, Trevor McDonald delivered headlines from around the world.
Good evening. There was a new glimmer of hope this evening for the Kosovo peace agreement.
And then came reality TV, where sometimes the most unlikely of stars were showcased.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by.
You didn't expect that, did you? Did you? No.
Downton Abbey brought us a glimpse not just of aristocracy, but of life's grafters too. part of the magic for its creator.
Good morning, Carson. Good morning, my lord.
The key factor was that, for the most part, they were nice people doing their best, because at that time, television was inhabited by horrible people doing their worst.
It was a huge success for ITV, but we were entering changing times. Audience decline was accelerated by new streaming options, and this year significant cuts were made to daytime budgets to fund investment in drama and sport.
For as long as I've been in television, people have said television is dying, and it is still a really powerful force. And you look at the impact that even something like Mr. Bates and the Post Office had, that changed lives, that show. And again, it's only the big mainstream channels that can do that.
And the power of television was demonstrated through Mr. Bates v the Post Office, where a decades-old injustice was brought to the forefront of people's minds.
You'll have to come back tomorrow.
Right. What started as a network of regional franchises has, over 7 decades, undoubtedly brought a collective experience. Now, on a choice of platforms, ITV continues to entertain, but with audiences wanting more on demand, it will need to keep on evolving. Rachel Townsend, ITV News.
Now here at ITV, we're celebrating 70 years since the channel launch, which of course is 77 decades of local stories.
Anyone who was there has never forgotten this speech.
As long as poverty, injustice and gross inequality persist in our world, none of us can truly rest.
For these children from Brixton, being there was extra special.
I think it was a very good speech. It must have took him a long time to think it out.
That, of course, is our Ron K. Phillips talking about Nelson Mandela giving a speech at Trafalgar Square. Well, we've been marking the milestone all year at ITV News London with reports on how our cameras and reporters covered some of the biggest news events in the capital. And for more era-defining moments, you can head to ITVX.